Yeah, welcome in. Welcome back to another episode of the Format Podcast live. Yes. And here we go. So as you can see, looks like I'm by myself right now. Might be by myself for the whole show. G's not gonna be here with us, but might have some other guests popping up. Might have my guy Transform show up. So we are gonna go ahead and we're gonna do this thing, man. I got some pretty interesting topics I think to talk to you guys about tonight. And like I said, it may just be me, and that's cool because every now and then I just come on here and kick it by myself, and that's all good. So as you can see, we're definitely going to be talking about some early college football ranks. I'm not going to get too much into that, and the reason why is if you were with me last college football season on this show, I had my main man Ryan Langford, former University of Illinois Fighting Illini wide receiver, former Indianapolis Colt, and former Canadian Football League wide receiver, joined me as the Format Podcast official college football analyst. And he's going to be starting back in that position again this season. So we're going to have some fun with that and can't wait for him to come on. But I'm just going to kind of touch on that stuff a little bit this episode here. Then we're going to talk about Kendrick Perkins, who I thought had seen the light, but maybe not. Then we're going to touch on what we talk new super team, which I can't believe this was even said, but we're going to get into it. And finally, Caitlin Clark, back from the Olympic break, had a really good game last night. So we're definitely going to get on that. It's not that serious. What's good, my man? Steve Splendor, what's going on? So, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna touch on these topics. We're gonna talk about them, and we're gonna do what we do here on the Format Podcast, and that's get into some good sports talk. But before we do all that, you know what time it is. If you're here on YouTube and you haven't already, please make sure you go ahead, click that like, that subscribe, that notification bell. Make sure you're kept up to date whenever we drop new content on the channel. If you want the audio only version of the podcast, open up your audio podcast platform, hit the search bar, type in the Format Podcast, and we should come right up. If you're enjoying the content, make sure you give us that like, that 5-star review, and drop a comment. All that stuff helps us rise in the algorithm, helps us find more sports fans, helps more sports fans find us. And finally, make sure you write it down, put it in your phone, set an alarm, do whatever you got to do to remember. Saturday nights at 7 p.m. we are live here on the Format Podcast, and we'll give you the opportunity to call in, talk to us, get at me. I love it. I can. First and foremost, though, if you're in the chat, I appreciate you, whether you're watching on Facebook, whether you're watching on YouTube. Please go ahead, go over to the YouTube page. The YouTube page, make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Really helps. What's up, Nick? What's going on, man? It really helps. The more likes we have, it helps the channel get out to more people, because that's a big part of that YouTube algorithm. So let's do that. So as you can see by thumbnail here, the topic is new super team ? Right? And why am I thinking this? It's funny. I heard other people saying it, and I myself, I think I'm pretty sure I told this to you, Transformer, like during the Olympics, when you saw LeBron like hugging guys and like especially Steph, and whispering in his ear. Pause. I know that sounds crazy, but you know what I mean.
Mad
Like,
crazy. Glad you paused.
that's what he was doing, though. I wasn't the one whispering in another man's ear. That's what he was doing. But yeah. So when all that was going on, I was saying, and I'm pretty sure I told you this, like, I bet this dude is really over here trying to recruit these guys. I think he's really trying to recruit Steph, right? And so it's funny, immediately following the Olympics, or like right at the end, it was reported that Steph Curry is actively monitoring the Warriors situation. And if by the trade deadline, he doesn't see that they're making moves to try and be competitive, that he may ask out. This is what was reported. This isn't my thoughts. This is what was reported. So I don't know. So yeah, so you combine that with the thoughts that LeBron has typically used these type of situations, whether it's all-star situations, or what was it? The was it 06 FIBA, right? 06 FIBA, 04 Olympics, and then of course 08 Olympics, to try and make relationships, to try and put together opportunities for guys to get together, basically recruiting opportunities, right? He uses all these opportunities where he's in close proximity with these other great players to try and recruit. And so I'm thinking, man, is he at it again? Come on. And so apparently I'm not the only one who was thinking that. So what we're gonna do, we are going to listen to Gilbert Arenas. He was 2 days
I
ago.
thought you were
He
going to
was
say
on,
Nick Wright because that was the one I was thinking about.
he said some stuff too.
Oh, Nick, you haven't heard Nick Wright called this out during the Olympics.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
So Gilbert Arenas a couple days ago, he was on his show with Kmart, and they were talking about it. And I'm like, man, you gotta be kidding me. But
I
let's
didn't hear his.
check out what they had to say. Yeah.
But any chance LeBron and Steph join forces in the league, and if so, what team would it be?
I wish they would have did it this year. I was hoping like KD and Bron came together or some shit.
I mean, as a basketball fan, man,
You would love it.
just do it.
Yeah,
Right?
you
The
would
fuck?
love
I
it,
mean,
right?
neither one of you niggas gonna move up in the public's mind. So just go in there and just win it and do this to everybody.
And they both
Right?
get 5 together.
Just go. Like, I mean, it's because
I got one for you.
history's gonna say fuck you anyway.
I got one for you.
All three of them.
Just go ahead and throw KD right on.
That's what I said. All three of them.
Hey,
all the old heads.
All
throw
three of
KD
them.
right on
That's
it,
the
man.
old Avengers.
All the
Y'all
old
just
heads
go
just
motherfucking win
together.
one for shit.
Because I
all fucks of it next year and whatever. And
Because I guarantee you, in 91 too, around 91, if Jordan had about 3 to 4 rings, and it was an idea of him, Bird, and Magic and play together, and that was gonna be their last year because Magic and Larry didn't play no more, we wouldn't stop hearing that shit today if it happened. The best team that ever played together.
Right.
The best team that ever been assembled, right? It's one of those things is you don't have nothing to lose.
You still hear that.
I just want to hear. I just want to see it.
All right, I'll go ahead and lead this one off real quick. Pause. So I had no idea that KD was a part of the super team thought. The Nick Wright situation was Steph Curry and LeBron James, and I believe he had it to where the only way it would work financially would be if they both leave. If LeBron leaves LA and Steph Curry leaves Golden State, and they go to the San Antonio Spurs with Victor Wembanyama. So that was a super team that I knew about right now. But first of all, KD, Steph, and LeBron on the same team, and even at this point in time, the numbers automatically just wouldn't work. It just wouldn't make sense from a basketball standpoint. It'll probably be some of the most beautiful basketball you've ever seen.
No, it
I
wouldn't.
do agree with that.
No, it wouldn't.
But I do agree with that. We just saw them folks do what they did against in the Olympics. So I mean, I wouldn't say that I wouldn't want to see that. I would actually kind of want to see that, but the likelihood of it happening, no. But I like Young Disciple's point.
We're gonna respond to that.
Can't be a super team due to age, because I heard, and this was from your mouth, Bruce, that we didn't really call Boston a super team. Oh, KG was getting older. Ray Allen was getting older. So was that really a super team? You said that.
I did.
You said that. You did say that. So at this point, LeBron James will be going on 41 years old. But Kevin Durant will be what, 37?
36.
36? He would be 36.
10 years to the day older than him. Yeah.
10 years to the day older than him. So 36. Steph Curry will be what, 36, 37. That's old. That's old. That's very, very old.
So I mean, I am with you on that. I'm with you on that to an extent, right? So real quick, the back part of his statement. If this super team, Mike, Scotty, and the Worm was one. So generally we look at super teams as 3 superstars in their primes, right? So we definitely wouldn't be that. But you got 3 superstars still playing darn near like they're in their primes. So, but they're not technically in their primes. Mike, Scotty, and the Worm was never a superstar, right? Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a top 75 guy, but he's never been a superstar. He's a super ultimate role player, right? So that's why, like, I don't see Mike, Scotty, and the Worm as a super team. So that's kind of my pushback on that. However, Young Disciple, the first part of your point, can't be a super team due to age. That's probably legit, except for the fact that, and I'm not trying to move the goalposts because it's LeBron, because I think you have a point here. I'm just saying, like, these guys are still playing like they're in their primes. You know what I'm saying?
40.
No, that's why I'm saying he has a point. I'm agreeing with you that Young Disciple has a point here.
And then we also say in the same breath
at this type of level. Yes, go ahead.
I mean, we also say under the same breath, like, man, he getting old. You see, he takes plays off. He's taking plays off.
Always
defense.
He's always done that. So that's not new.
40.
He's always done that. I don't chalk that up to being 40.
I mean, I would definitely chalk it up to being 40 now. Who gonna be wanting to play 38 minutes and you running up and down this court full speed with these young gunners? Got John Morant trying to fly over 7-footers. You know what I mean? Zion bullying his way through 5 defensive linemen, tossing the safety over to the side and still somehow blocking a 3-point attempt. You know what I mean? So, you know, I like the sound of the idea, but my idea was it being Bron and Curry. I didn't hear about this KD part. KD being a part of it, that's crazy.
My big problem with what Voyant Studio said here. By the way, if you're in here and you haven't already, please make sure you click that like and subscribe. Appreciate you. On the YouTube page, not on the Facebook page, on YouTube. Anyway, yeah, so what Voyant Studio says here, they should just lean into the circus. All the old heads just take the minimums, enjoy in LA. Bron, KD, Curry, Leonard, etc. That's crazy. But no, here's the deal, right? If you're Steph Curry, why would you want to go join LeBron? Why? In all seriousness, why would why do you need to do that? If you're anybody, like, I don't recommend you go play with LeBron because you see what happens when it doesn't work out. You see that, like, this is not new. This is not new. I don't get it. Boston was a super team, but it wasn't manufactured by players orchestrating it. Like, look, there you go. And that's always the difference with me, Steve.
I don't see how that's a problem because he was players orchestrated it. I don't see that being no different than the GM doing it. I mean,
how can you say that?
A trade is a trade.
No.
Conspiracy. You got to talk. You got to talk. Because
when the GM does it, the players just got to. When the GM does it, the players got to play with whoever plays. They're not setting it up and working.
They had to sign off on it. They went to Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce had a conversation with KG. KG also had a conversation with Ray Allen. They announced the trade. Come on now. They got to talk.
Sign off on that was KG because he had a no trade clause. He's the only person that had to sign off on that.
So they had to talk. They had to talk before the trade.
Yes, but so remember, and this is a fact. Now, my opinion, KG didn't want to go there, right? Ray Allen got traded there. KG did not want to go there. So this is not, Bruce G and the Transformer. Hey, y'all, you know what I'm saying? This is getting a little too hard for me. Let's pause. This is getting too hard for me. Let's go ahead and get together and make it easier. You know, I'm like, I don't understand how you don't see that's a totally different situation than an organization doing it. Like, when people say that, I'm always lost. I'm like, that is not the same thing. Bosch, I think, was a third team NBA young disciple and was 24-11 or 24-12 right before LeBron pulled him down there. He was a beast. He was killing in Toronto.
But I'm sure we're not going to say he was a superstar. We never had.
How are we defining superstar? Are we talking about as a player or like superstar in popularity?
Like elevating your team to like the next level, like truly dominant.
He wasn't going
to the playoffs.
But he definitely was doing that. He definitely was doing that, carrying his team to the championship, and was clearly the best player on his team. Yeah, being a perennial all-star and one of the biggest free agent prospects doesn't make you a superstar. I guess not. Right, exactly.
Okay, before it wasn't a superstar either. No, so okay, guys. Okay.
Oh,
we can't. We're undervaluing the term superstar.
Okay,
we're definitely undervaluing the term superstar. Those are great all-stars. Absolutely, those are great all-stars. They're not superstars. When I hear superstars, I'm thinking legend. Like, okay, like you're literally elevating your team to a stratosphere to where the eyes are on you from a public standpoint, from a court standpoint, from all that.
Well,
Kevin Love was never that. Chris Bosh was never that.
Well, Chris Bosh was that for Toronto. He was. Kevin Love was not. So I hear you. But if that's the case, why did LeBron want them?
If that was the case, why did LeBron want them?
Yes, LeBron don't want no average player.
That's a grown man. I don't know what that man want.
I'm just saying.
LeBron was the second best player in the East at the time. Wade is he was a superstar.
D-Wade was first team All-NBA, led the league in scoring the year before LeBron.
That's a superstar.
Okay.
2 out of 7 years.
Okay.
Thank you, young disciple. Superstar. He's not a superstar.
Okay. All right.
He's a great all-star.
Okay. All right.
Top tier all-star. But if you were to name top 10 or top 5, You know what I mean? Like you're not throwing them in a category. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right.
Never heard nobody call Kevin Love a superstar.
Okay. All right. That's cool. I mean, I'm not,
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. We're not gonna argue that. But I mean, you look at LeBron, obviously one of the greatest players of all time. Some people have Steph Curry top 10 all time. I do not. Let me make that clear. Kevin Durant, one of the best players of all time. Some people have him top 10. I do not. Let me make that clear. Excuse me.
Yeah, he currently he's in my top 15. I give KD my top 15. Yeah.
He might be.
He my top 15. Like right there on the edge of top 10. Like I said, I respect the legends before, the current one. So I mean, I factor those guys in there, and once I factor everybody in there, then he's definitely out of my top 10. But if you were to factor I would say from 2000 to now or something like that, if you would make a list like that, I'll probably have KD in my top 10. I would say definitely probably have KD in my top 10.
So Young Disciple dropping jewels tonight. Appreciate you. And those are facts. But the thing is this, right? No, they hadn't been, but those dudes were on bad teams, right? Those dudes were on bad teams. But as individual players, I think they ranked as they were like superstar worthy. Like we know as a player, Kyrie is a superstar caliber player. And for what Kevin Love was doing in Minnesota prior to getting to Cleveland, he was on that level as well. But I get what you're saying, no, and I can't argue it, Young Disciple.
We also seen good players look superstar-ish because they were the only thing on a bad team. We have seen that.
Okay. Where were we? Yeah, so but back to the original point. Like I'm just blown away that, and this is what one of the things that got me is Gilbert Arenas says, as a basketball fan, I would love to see that. KD, Curry, and LeBron. Like,
yeah, that's nuts. All three of those, that's crazy.
Why would you want to see that as a basketball fan? You don't want to see competition? You don't want to see guys going against each other to see who's better? As a basketball fan? Am I some different type of basketball fan? Because as a basketball fan, I don't want to see that. And it doesn't have anything to do with LeBron. It has to do with I want to see competition and guys competing.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I had no idea KD was a part of this trio. I honestly thought it was just Bron and Steph. I definitely saw like that being an opportunity if they was to go somewhere, and those two were the focal point of that. Because I mean, they're in the twilight. I mean, you're looking at, for me, I'm looking at it as well. I don't see my Lakers winning the championship. I definitely don't see Golden State winning the championship. So if those two, like, what I hated in the end of Kobe Bryant's career is that we saw him go to the finals.
Yeah.
And after that, the end of his career was just like, it was pathetic. You know what I mean? It was like, what are we doing?
That wasn't because he
wasn't. Oh no, we made some horrible decisions.
You're talking about that. Okay.
Yeah. I'm talking. I'm not from his play. I'm just saying, like, from a
management. I get you.
From a management standpoint, like, okay, what are we doing for the end of his career? And I think Steph Curry is starting to see that as well. He's like, okay, what are we doing for the end of my career? LeBron's like, okay, well, I could help manufacture that. You want to throw that manufacture word in there? I can help manufacture that. I mean, that way we both don't have to worry about something like that at the end of our career. So I think that's more of the eyesight of what Gilbert. Gilbert is a grown man, but that's what I see from it. I don't see the Lakers winning another title. You know, the way we're currently constructed. LeBron is 40. I definitely don't see Golden State getting nowhere near a title. And like I said, Steph Curry's getting 36, 37. So you was go put them on a team. I'm not going to be the one to cry about it. I'll tell you that much. You know
okay,
what I mean? I'll definitely be excited to watch them.
So we argued a bit. You and I argued last episode, saying that nobody sees Steph Curry as possibly being the best player of his era, which is not true. There are people who actually have hit me up, said that they see that. But anyway, not really the point. The point is, I think we can agree that LeBron and Steph Curry are each other's biggest rivals in this generation. Okay, cool. So we're on the same page there. Why would you want to be the biggest rival?
Like Kawhi was hurt too much. He was hurt too much.
Exactly.
Go ahead. What would you say? I'm sorry.
I was saying, like, post Kobe, I would say so. What did they play each other 4 or 5 times in the finals? Something like that? So 4 times.
4 times because before KD was 1, KD. No. Steph won, LeBron won, KD. So yeah, 4.
Okay, cool.
4 times, yeah.
So yeah, so this
and then
is
they battled, like when he came to the Lakers, they had to face each other. We eliminated him at one point. We played in the play-in against them, eliminated them. So it was more instances where they battled each other in the playoffs. So, well, postseason, if you want to call, the play-in tournament a postseason match. But yeah, so I mean, I would definitely say that they're the biggest rivals.
Yeah. Okay. So we agree on that as well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, why is it that if that's your biggest rival, why would you want to even consider going and playing with the? I don't understand it. I don't.
I mean, honestly, the players these days, man, they don't care. They honestly, they don't have that same, I would say, old school mentality mindset to where, I don't need to be playing with my rival, yada yada yada. I mean, the AAU basketball, and ever since that started, it kind of made these players become more together, growing into the game, knowing each other, the events that they have to attend, the partnerships that they have to form outside of the lines, and things like that. Like the true competitive nature, like of the 90s. Oh, that's long gone. That's so long gone that
Because I was about to say though, like
these guys don't care. Like, hey man, like I love play. Like I definitely love playing with you every time we have the opportunity to play together. Bro, I like playing with you, bro. We have a good time and stuff like that. We vibe really well. So at that point, they like, man, shit, bump it. Bro, let's do it. It's the end of our careers. We're not in the prime. Like, bro, we ain't shooting for nothing. Bron, what you shooting for, man? Shit, to make it to the conference finals.
But
Steph, what you shooting for, man? To try to make it to the playoffs and stay relevant. You know what I mean? So
I'm looking at this from Steph's perspective. Excuse me. So now, what happens here if you say you decide to join up and y'all do win a chip? Now who gets the credit? If I'm Steph, I'm like, man, I don't want to go play with you and you get the credit if we win, even though you weren't winning until I came to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you recruited me to come and then we won, but you get the credit. Like, yeah, if I'm Steph, I'm not even thinking that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Like,
we'll have to see how the games play out. I mean, we've seen Steph shy away in some finals games, but if they was to get together, and I have to see how it plays out, honestly.
Right.
I honestly could see Steph winning a finals MVP though.
Not playing with Bron.
By the way they play, I can see, because like Bron, like at the end of the games, like he's like, okay, cool, gives it to Kyrie. Those are your closers. Bron, he gives it, he trusts his closers if they have the hot hand. So if Steph comes in that thing, he's hot like he in the Olympics. Oh, LeBron was sitting in that corner all day. If you ask him to, he ain't got to do nothing.
Nah, he always has to do something because he's got to be the guy that makes it happen. He's got to have, he's got to play the LeBron offense, But
he's gonna get the assist off of it for sure.
Yeah, he's always got. So I wouldn't do it if I was Steph, man. And I just wouldn't. And again, that's my main rival. Like I can't imagine my main rival and I'm going to join you and try. Nah. You just can't. You just can't. And it's not even about main rival. I'm sure I've said this on the show before. What was it? In '88, Dominique Wilkins, he was a free agent and he had it on the table. He could have gone to the Knicks and played with Patrick Ewing. He's like, I didn't want to, oh, young disciple, I got something for you. He said, I didn't want to go there and play with Patrick Ewing. I wanted to beat him. Okay, so here's the deal, young disciple. A lot of people like to throw this one out, and that's cool. Hakeem Barkley and Clyde did it. Cool. Okay, so Clyde and Dream played together in college, Phi Slamma Jamma. I know you know that. And what is it? Clyde went to 2 NBA finals. He got beat by the Lakers, not the Lakers. He got beat by the Pistons, and then he got beat by the Bulls in the finals. And he did everything he could. He was, I still think he's probably the best Blazer in history. Most people say it's Dame now. I think that's recency bias, but he's probably regarded by many people as the best Blazer in history to that point. And, he tried, and then he saw the team breaking down, not doing nothing. So he asked for a trade. They traded him to Houston. They did him a solid because to that point, he's the best Blazer in history. Cool. They traded him to Houston. So again, trade, right? Okay, cool. Now, the Barkley piece, people talk about the Barkley piece all the time. Barkley did not know that he was getting traded. Phoenix didn't tell him. He didn't ask for a trade. He didn't try to go there. If you actually read the most recent biography of Charles Barkley had no idea that he was getting traded. Phoenix told him they weren't going to trade him, and then he found out he got traded. So he goes there and he tries to do his thing. So it wasn't about, trying to team up to be a super team. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure Charles Barkley was like, okay, I got these two great guys here. I don't have to retire just yet. I can go out there and try to get a chip, right? He knew that was Dream's team and all that. But at the end of the day, that wasn't a function of him and Olajuwon and Clyde trying to form a super team together, right? So that wasn't it. So that's a false equivalency. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do the research on that. You'll see Barkley had no idea he was getting traded. Y'all worry too much about credit. That's some media stuff. They securing their position is great. So he let Kyrie and AD cooking.
I do like that because I feel him on that. I mean, because I feel like no matter what happens, Steph they're solid, like they're etched in stone where they're at. I don't think it's gonna like elevate them to another point, and I don't think it's gonna discredit them to another point if they don't win anything. You know what I mean? So I think Steph Curry is going to be regarded as the greatest shooter we've ever seen play the game of basketball. 4-time championship winner, one of the only unanimous MVP holder in history. Like those are things that's already etched in stone. You doing this at the end of your career and it don't work out, and if it looked good during the season, you sold some tickets. Hey, bro, thank you. You know what I mean? We saw you get to go out in a fashion to where you made a decision. You got to go out in a better format than how we saw Kobe go out, literally, dropping 60 against a Utah Jazz team that wasn't even in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Let alone we wasn't even in the playoffs in the last 3 to 4 seasons prior to him finally retiring. So it's like, do you want to be that? Does Steph want to be that? Like, are we checking his like, is he going to check his ego because of, or do I want to play with the Golden State Warriors and we got no direction for the next 2 to 3 years? I'm 36. You know what I mean? So that's the perspective I look at it when we're talking Steph and LeBron. I'm not going to add KD to the mix. I think that's a little overkill. But
yes.
But yeah.
So Young Disciple says, so MJ shouldn't have wanted Dennis Rodman. Young Disciple, he on a heater tonight.
Yo, talk that talk, y'all.
But again, it's not the same thing, right? It's another false equivalency, right? It's a good attempt at an analogy, but it doesn't quite work. And the reason it doesn't quite work is because when we talk about putting these teams together, it's generally bringing the person who's the man on that team and and trying to put a team together, right? Dennis Rodman again was a super role player, so you would have a point if you said Michael Jordan was he said go bring me Isaiah Thomas, right? That would be ridiculous, right? You wouldn't see that. Isaiah Thomas is another one who said that he had the opportunity to go to New York and play with the Knicks. But what? He said that was Patrick Ewing's team. I didn't want to go there. I wanted to compete against him. I didn't want to join him, right? Everybody, Reggie Miller was asked about it. He said, what, I don't know if it was Dan Patrick. Somebody asked him, what would you have said if you got a call from Michael Jordan and he said, hey, come play with me in Chicago? He said he'd basically told him F off and I'll come see you when it's time to play against you there. So yes, different generation. I get your point, Transformer.
Yeah, I was definitely about to say that. That's a different.
Yeah. But the point is I'm bringing this stuff up just to show you like that's a different thing when you're talking about being the man on your team versus being a super duper role player.
Yeah, but I'm like to your point to back you up even further, pause that this generation literally doesn't care. Like, look at what they did in the Phoenix with Devin Booker, KD. Like did we see that in Bradley Beal? Like, who win? If we win, who gets the credit? These guys don't care these days. Like,
well, KD doesn't care. I think most superstars care because that affects your money, that affects your endorsement deals, it affects how you're seen all time.
Like all pro teams.
I think all that stuff gets affected, man. I think they care more than you think. And the agents care. Best believe the agents care. So you don't think the agents are telling them, like, hey, when you're making certain moves, it's going to affect your bottom line down the road. The agents care. Pythagoras 314 says, if you don't think Hakeem signed off on Barkley going to Houston, you're naive. I didn't say that. I didn't say that they didn't go to Dream because he's clearly the greatest Rocket of all time. I didn't say that. What I'm saying is
that's James Harden. Easy. I just want to get your reaction, bro. Go ahead. I was kidding.
You got me.
Hey,
got
Chad,
me,
somebody
you got me.
screenshot that one, man. That was a good one. His face had death written on it. Like,
You got me. That
oh,
was
you
good.
got to be kidding me.
Oh man, but yeah. So I think that's a little different. Checking with your superstar to see if they're okay with a mega move like that versus again guys getting together and trying to make it happen. Outside of Chicago, Rodman was never the level of player Love, Bosh, Wade, or AD was. That is correct. That is correct. Getting Rodman from the Spurs wasn't even close to recruiting Bosh, Love, or Anthony Davis.
Because he already
Also
had
correct.
Pippen.
Also correct. Bro, K Love isn't half the player Rodman was. That's also fair, but I mean, they just played in a different way, man. But no, it's a really good discussion. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and open up the phone lines. You good with that, B?
Yeah.
All right, let's open up the phone lines. 904-219-8264 is scrolling on the bottom of your screen. 904-219-8264. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this. Young Disciple, man, I'd love to hear you call in. You've been dropping some dimes tonight, some jewels, I should say. You've been dropping some jewels. You haven't been completely on point, but I definitely would love to hear you call in on this. I'm taking Worm if I don't need scoring. And in the 90s, you didn't need multiple elite scorers on your team to win. In the 2010s, you did. Great point, Pythagoras. Great point. So definitely I want to hear from you guys. 904-219-8264. 904-219-8264. Give the Format Podcast a call. We want to hear from you because this is a good topic and you guys have been doing really well in the chat tonight. But go ahead and give us a call.
Speaking of not wanting to join rivals,
What's up?
it was not exactly a superstar, nowhere near a superstar, but very, 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 very valuable role player that we had. We had this guy called Rajon Rondo. I'm pretty sure he was a rival to a fellow Laker, Kobe Bryant. When we went to those finals, but then all of a sudden Rajon Rondo had a sudden change of heart and color schemes in his background. On your iPhone, when you got the background and stuff, he decided to change that green.
I don't have an iPhone.
Into I'm talking about Rajon Rondo. But you know what a background is, right? You know what a background is? You know what a background is, Bruce. Change that
in this context.
Change that green into more of like a purple and gold. Even though that that was his rival at one point in time, but that did happen.
I didn't like when he did that. I
didn't. Loved it.
But you know what it is, real talk. Remember, he had kind of like a bad rep around the league, and I think there weren't a lot of options for him to go to. And he's like, well, I can go over here and I could win a chip, so I'm gonna do it. All right, let's go ahead and take this call.
Yep.
Format Podcast. Who's this?
Hey, what's up, man? This Young Disciple, man.
Young Disciple, what's good? Calling in. You've been dropping some.
Hey, what's up, Transformer, man? Hey, Transformer, man. Stay on them boys' neck, man. Cause y'all with all these narratives, man. You gotta stop that, man.
Okay.
Hey, Bruce.
What's up, man?
I be listening to you, Bruce, and but you gotta let LeBron make it, man. Like you stay on LeBron about like everything. You could tell it's something personal though, bro. You can tell though. You could tell it's something personal, bro.
So I'm gonna tell you this, man. First, Young Disciple, I really appreciate the fact that you're here for most of these shows and that you weigh in the chat, man. I do appreciate that. We don't always agree, but thank you so much for your support. It means a lot. That said, people really think that I have something personal against LeBron. I swear to you, I don't. What I do have issue with, in all seriousness, is one, I have issue with the way a lot of his fans behave, and I'm not necessarily referring to you, but like you've seen how crazy a lot of his fans can be. Am I right?
Oh, they get crazy.
Yeah,
they do get crazy.
Yeah. That's
but I think that's with any fan base.
Any player. That's any player, bro.
I don't know that. I don't know that it's. I don't know this. But regardless,
come on, bro.
My other issue is.
Come on, bro. Hey, come on. I'm saying Jordan fans got whole pages, nigga created, and that's the only thing they do, nigga, is bash LeBron. You got Jordan fan pages, bro. That's created, nigga, just to bash LeBron.
You're in one, by the way.
Like, come on,
Am
man.
I?
I'm saying, nigga, they don't drop no videos, nigga, on Jordan. All they do is drop videos bashing LeBron.
Hey, hold on 1 second, Young Disciple. Can you do me one solid, man? We really try not to use the N word on this channel. Can you just watch
Okay. My bad.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much, man.
My bad.
But I
My bad.
really didn't know they got channels just dedicated to bashing them. Like,
Are you serious?
I'm dead
Come on,
serious.
Bruce.
You gotta be. No, you kidding?
Because I'm not on those things, right? Like, I try to be.
Bruce.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bruce, stop it. I'm just saying, stop it. Like I'm saying,
Wow.
you kind of take your format from me. You be on that Man Downs podcast, and that's all they do. So let's stop that.
I think they try to be pretty objective. That's my thought. But
try is a very strong term.
That's what you think?
I do.
You think they try to be objective?
Yeah. So here's the deal, right? So, like, for instance, like I talked to Mel, and we talk about a lot of different things and whatnot. And Mel he's a pretty objective guy in terms of his breakdown on things. But that's it.
Bro, no, he's not, bro.
Okay.
No, he's not.
Well,
no, he's not, bro. Like, no, he full of narratives too, bro.
Okay.
I'm just being real. Like, bro, I'm saying if you highlight the big game, bro.
Yeah.
If somebody come out today, nigga, it could be a old wrestler like they used to wrestle nigga when it was WWL, and they say George is the GOAT. That man gonna make a whole show highlighting it. I have never seen him highlight. I have never seen him like make a show when somebody says that LeBron is the GOAT. He don't highlight that.
Okay. Well, you know what? I can't.
Never.
So I can't speak for him. But yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, bro. But I'm saying, you know what
I get what you're saying.
Objectivity is, bro.
I get what you're saying.
That's not objectivity. Like let's be real.
Okay.
Like, come on. I'm just being honest. Like these are the same people that are coming and say that Kobe is better than LeBron.
I believe that.
I'm saying how? Like y'all want to use 5 rings?
No. It's not just.
I'm just saying, bro. I only value rings that you win as the league dog. Like those was Shaq. Those were Shaq rings, my nigga. My bad.
They were both.
Thank you. Because
those were Shaq rings, man.
Well, the reason I'm gonna disagree with you on saying that is Shaq rings, and yes, Shaq was amazing during those runs, no question, right? I don't disagree with that. The reason I'm gonna say that those weren't all Shaq rings is because if you go back and look at what Kobe did in terms of like what he was given to that team through those playoff runs, it was crazy. And if you do the knowledge on it, they were almost like even point for point. Now, of course, Shaq was a dominant center, so he's going to rebound more. But and then Kobe is.
No. See that's where y'all be. That's where y'all be slick. When y'all say it was almost point for point. What y'all do is y'all factor in the 4 final runs.
No, I'm talking about all the playoff runs.
No, that wasn't, man. The first finals, Kobe averaged 15 points a game.
Talking about the last one.
That's what I'm saying. But bro,
the one against Detroit. That's what we're talking about.
No. The last one they won. What was it? The Nets or the Pacers won? I forgot which one it was.
Pacers was 2000. I think the
first
Nets
one was the Pacers. Yeah, the Pacers. He averaged 15 points a game.
So the Sixers won.
Hey, come on. Shaq won the MVP. Shaq won all the MVPs. Like whether you talking about regular season or the finals, man. Them Shaq rings, man. Like we're not gonna do that, man. Like those Shaq rings. That was Shaq's team. Even Kobe knew it. If that wasn't the case, why did he want to get away from Shaq? He had to get away from Shaq to prove anything, bro.
Well,
like those were Shaq rings. Like let's be real.
Part of that issue was that he. And Kobe has said this, that he also understood that that they could have won more if Shaq had
work ethic.
Shaq was more dedicated, right? And so,
but that's a narrative.
Is it?
Like that's just, bro. That's a narrative, bro. And what I'm saying is
that's what he said. That wasn't a narrative. That's what he said.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that that's speculation, man. Because at the same time, nigga, I'm saying, bro, they would have won in 2004 if Kobe played team ball.
Okay, so check this out. Let me
or call him.
So hold on. Let me back you up a second, man. And again, I appreciate your feedback, but I'm looking at Kobe's playoff stats right now. So the 2000 season, that's when they beat the Pacers in the finals. he averaged 29.4 points per game through that playoff. I'm on Basketball Reference. Through that playoff run, he averaged 29 a game. The following year, he averaged 26.5 per game. The following year, he averaged 32.1 per game. These are the playoff runs. And so it's no disrespect.
That's why we say Shaq and Kobe, bro.
Yes, correct.
Bro, listen, bro. Kobe did not average no 29 points a game the first year they won a chip, bro. No, he did not.
No, I'm talking about the playoff run. I'm on Basketball Reference right now. I'm on basketball. You can look it up. You don't have to.
You're probably narrowing down to just the finals.
I'm talking about the entire playoff run in which they don't get to the finals if Kobe doesn't do what he does. Now, am I saying he didn't need Shaq? But Shaq certainly needed him.
Shaq definitely needed Kobe.
Bro, you need all your teammates. Nobody is saying who needed. Like we're not even speaking on that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
What we speaking on is that Shaq was the lead dog, bro. Shaq. Like everybody needs their teammates. Nobody's denying that. But I'm saying Shaq was the lead dog, bro. Like we have to sit here and act like he wasn't.
So he was the lead dog. So in the fourth quarter, when Shaq kept getting fouled out and Kobe had to win the game,
that's where I was going.
Without Shaq,
right?
So Shaq was the lead dog on the bench, bro.
Cool. Transformer, that's cool. All that saying is he played his role. But what I'm saying
his role, he was the guy.
He was 1A.
Shaq was Batman, bro.
So if Shaq was 1, and that's fine. Kobe was 1A. Can we agree on that?
That's why we say Shaq and Kobe, man.
Right.
That's why we call them the most dominant duo ever.
Bro.
Magic and Kareem.
Listen. What I'm saying is that we do not. I do not.
Kobe and Shaq killing them.
I don't. Like every time LeBron has won, he's the lead. It ain't no 1 and 1A. LeBron has been the lead, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it ain't a. I'm saying I know a Batman need his Robin or whatever, but we're not gonna sit here and act like Shaq and Kobe was equals. They were not equals, man. They were not equals, bro.
All right. Well, you know what? We can agree to disagree on that, but. And let me say this too, man. I love your passion on the basketball talk. I do. I love the fact that you really, because that tells me you love the game.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question before I go.
Yes, sir.
Are you sitting here telling me that if LeBron had won 3 rings, not winning no finals MVPs, another player on his team is winning MVP during the season, you mean to tell me that y'all would say that's equal?
Wait, say it again.
I was trying to.
I'm saying y'all saying if LeBron James had won a 3-peat,
okay,
not winning no finals MVPs, right? Now, because you remember Shaq won an MVP during the 2000 regular season too,
right?
Like y'all trying to act like this was equal, man. Like this is killing me. Y'all telling me that y'all would factor that in, like y'all wouldn't even count them rings for LeBron, bro.
We count them for Steph.
Oh,
what are you talking about? We count them for Steph.
Yeah, bro. Steph ain't on LeBron level either.
Well,
that's what confused me. Like, bro, like when y'all talk about when people talk about Jordan, they say 6-0, 6 chips, 6 finals MVPs. Like let's not act like they don't come into like don't play a part in it, bro.
So
when you talk about LeBron. You talk about LeBron having 4 chips, 4 regular season MVPs, 4 finals MVPs, bro.
So, young disciple, one thing I can say, you're absolutely right when people say 6 chips, 6 finals MVPs for Mike. But one thing, if you notice, and I see you here, so I know you listen to my content, that's an argument I never make. Have you noticed that's not ever the argument that I make when I'm talking about Jordan? So I think that's kind of lazy. So I don't really go that way. But I do understand what you're saying in terms of other people making that argument. But listen, let me go ahead and move on. But save the number and make sure you're calling in, man, because I like this. You got passion and you bring it.
My boy got hot.
Yeah, man. Listen, I really appreciate you watching. I appreciate you calling. Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate it, bro.
All right, fam. Have a good one. He came with the heat. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. I like that.
The boy said it.
Yeah.
Said with my chest. Said with my chest. Right? It was Shaq. Shaq was the guy.
Listen,
I get what he's saying. Shaq was the most dominant, but you got to think, bro. Because I'm a Laker fan. I'm a Kobe lover.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to just say that Kobe wasn't that guy when Shaq kept getting fouled out, was in foul trouble, and Kobe had to literally carry the team by himself while
Right.
Shaq was watching on the bench.
And when
That
you
happened,
said
bro.
that, that was literally you hacked my brain when you said that. 'Cause that's where I was going next. So I appreciate you. I definitely, because in my mind, right, I'm watching Kobe right now doing this.
Like, yeah, calm down. We good.
This right.
We good.
Right. Exactly.
And Shaq on the sideline, mad as a mug still.
Yes.
As soon as
Kobe
the game
did
was
go to
over,
work that game.
when the game was over, where did Shaq run to? Shaq ran to Kobe. Like,
yes, correct.
Thank you.
Yes,
like you did it.
And think about
Like,
how many times he did
bro.
that, because Shaq is unreliable in late game situations.
Yeah, he
And
gets fouled out. The hack of Shaq was a thing.
Right.
The hack of Shaq was a thing. You got to take him out of the. You can't put the ball in his hand. That's why Kobe's like, hey man, you better go get the rebound because they hacking you, bro. They're gonna keep sending you to the line.
And think about this too, right? We know why. Part of the reason Shaq was so dominant in those finals, right? The first one against the Pacers, who had to defend him? Rick Smits, very good player, but come on, Rick Smits against Shaq. Second one, the Nets, Todd McCullough was that it?
Lunch.
Todd
Lunch
McCullough? I think that was it. Yeah, and then no. So the first one was Mutombo with Philly. So that's an all-time great defender. So I get that. He did his work. All right, cool. But after that, so it's like, come on. So and again, it's not to take anything from Shaq because we know how dominant he was.
Oh, absolutely. To me, the most dominant player ever in basketball.
And we can make that legitimate argument. Some say it's Wilt, some say it's Shaq, and that's fine either way. But no, I just say like those, and that's why I took a second to look it up. Those playoff runs that Kobe had, he was killing. Like he was killing. And so we can say, well, Shaq was the dominant dude. He was the alpha dog in the finals, but he doesn't get to the finals without what Kobe was doing through those.
There was literally reasons why we were literally sweeping teams en route to three straight titles. We were sweeping them because there was nothing you can do. Like, okay, look, Shaq by himself without Kobe, it's an easy game plan. Oh man, we're just gonna hack him, send him to the line. He's gonna be out of there in the fourth quarter. Cool. With Kobe, all right. Well, without Shaq, I guess you can dominate the inside, but Kobe can still go and drop 50 or 60. What's your solution there?
And by the way, think about this. And we know this is true because Phil Jackson is on wax saying it. He held Kobe back.
Oh no, he definitely said that.
So he's
game
on
plan
wax.
was to give the ball to Shaq.
Yes, he's like, we got to keep the big fella good. He basically hold on the chain. Then okay, go get him. Right. So we know that too. He was holding Kobe back. So we also have to look at that. Like there's a little more context to it. But man, yeah, I love that. That was a great call.
Definitely great.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead, Transformer, and let's take it to the final topic. This one might calm us down a little bit on the way up out of here.
Why? Because it's about women? No, I'm messing with you, though.
Oh,